This week on Newstalgia, I'll be focusing on Modern Warfare Remastered. Up until this game, all the previous Call of Duties focused on World War II. This game brought Call of Duty to the present setting with modern weapons and equipment. To be fair, I played a bit of the previous games before this and did enjoy them, but Modern Warfare was a huge game changer, and at the time, it felt more my style. First, let's talk about the campaign mode. This will most likely be quick. This was the first time, at least in my memory, where I actually enjoyed the story to a Call of Duty game. It's definitely not my favorite, or even in my top 3 campaigns, but I did really enjoy it. There were likable characters and a bad guy you wanted to kill, and when that moment finally came to pull the trigger, it felt earned. I have to say that playing through the remastered version, there were points where I found it hard to believe that this game originally came out in 2007. I'll give Activision credit, a lot of care and work was put into making this remaster. The core gameplay was still there, but visually it just looked so new. But let's be honest, nobody ever really wants to focus on the campaign with Call of Duty. When you play or talk about COD, multiplayer is the main draw, which is why I wasn't surprised when Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign. I wasn't disappointed, to be honest, and was happy to see they added Blackout instead. Look, let's be real here. Personally, I'd rather have Blackout when you can sink as much time into it as multiplayer or zombies than having a campaign that, at best, might last 6 to 10 hours. If I want a story-driven experience, there are other games I'll look to. I love how they implemented RPG-like elements into the multiplayer. As you rank up, you unlock new perks and you can equip new weapons. It gave you a reason to keep grinding the levels and to keep playing online. While I enjoyed 4, I never really got hooked on it. It was a fun experience to enjoy with my buddies. Keep in mind, at the time this was out, all I had experienced so far online was Gears of War, Halo 3, and this. Out of those 3, Gears of War was definitely my favorite, but I enjoyed COD over Halo. To be honest, I never really loved the Halo game outside of Reach. I think one of the reasons I disliked Halo compared to COD and Gears were the weapons. Now, I know fans of Halo love the weapons in those games, but I never really liked them and how they handled. When I played a game like Gears, I thoroughly enjoyed all the weapons you could grab, so I didn't mind having to pick up weapons on the map during matches. Now, with Modern Warfare, I didn't like every weapon, but that was made up for it with the variety and ability to choose your loadouts before going into matches. There was a sense of freedom and control going into matches, which took off the stress of having to rush to get a weapon as soon as it started. I understand the appeal and challenge with that system, but I've always disliked it. Like I said though, with the exception of the Gears of War series, I do have a lot of fond memories of getting home from high school, ignoring homework, and spending school nights playing matches with my buddies. One of the biggest things was my squad. I had 3 high school friends who I always gamed with. We played all 3 of those games together, and I remember us having close matches against randoms, and I won't lie, we probably had some rage quits in there as well. There's a nice variety of game modes, but unfortunately with the oversaturation of Call of Duty games, let alone multiplayer games, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people on this most of the time. With the exception of Team Deathmatch, most of the playlists were tough to load into. I'm also not sure if this was just me, but I experienced a lot of lag, and my internet is pretty decent. I usually don't experience much lag. It was quite common. But I feel since this game is a remaster that came out over a year ago, they probably don't pay too much attention to the upkeep, and the team assigned is probably smaller. That's all just what I think. I honestly don't know if that's the truth or not, but I'm too lazy to do the research. Replaying through this was interesting. The graphics were beautiful, and the gameplay was still solid. Playing through the campaign was a great blast from the past, but playing through the multiplayer felt like a chore. I think the 2 big reasons for that was the connection issues I was experiencing, and the other reason is because I've just outgrown Call of Duty. I'd rather play a game like Destiny 2 to get my PvP fix nowadays. I still have those fond memories of playing COD with my friends through high school, but unfortunately my love for the series has definitely run its course. If you love COD, or you just really want to experience the Modern Warfare campaign again with these stunning new graphics, I'd recommend waiting for it to go on sale. $50 Canadian is a pretty hefty price for this, and I feel like $30 would be more fair. On that note, you've been watching Newstalgia. Stay tuned for next time.